Hello everyone, I'm Marlena from BrainsBeetsBaloney, and in today's video I'll be giving you a brief explanation of the 3 energy producing systems in our body that power not only your workouts but your entire life. So stay tuned because this is important stuff. So I'd like to begin by talking about adenosine triphosphate, or ATP for short. And ATP is the molecule that, even as you sit there watching this video, is being broken down to produce energy. ATP is not, however, stored in appreciable amounts. That job primarily belongs to glycogen and fats. If you're interested in some information about why we don't just store ATP, stay tuned after the video because I'll be sharing a big and interesting fun fact about that. So when energy is needed by a cell, it's converted from storage molecules into ATP, and ATP is then broken down, which delivers energy to places in the cell where it's needed. So there are 3 distinct pathways through which humans produce ATP. The first is the atp phosphocreatine system, the second is glycolysis, and the third is oxidative phosphorylation. The first 2 I mentioned are anaerobic processes, which means they don't utilize oxygen in order to work. They do produce less ATP, but they perform more quickly. So in short, they sacrifice efficiency for brevity. Much of the reason for this brevity is their proximity. So they're both readily present in the cytosol, which, if you don't remember from any science classes, the cytosol is the watery portion that surrounds all the organelles of your muscle cells. So in order to explain these systems in a way that anyone can understand, I'm going to use an analogy that Daniel used in our creatine blog post, which, if you're interested in reading, is linked in the description. But for this analogy, I'm going to need to take you to a store where they don't accept Apple Pay or credit cards. I know it's a crazy thought, but for the analogy, the store needs to be cash only. So let's get into the explanation. Okay, so here we are at this cash-only store, and I've drawn 4 pictures, each of which represent a part of the energy systems. So directly within the cytosol, there's some ATP. And this is going to be your pocket cash or your wallet cash when making a purchase. So the wallet here, or the cash in the wallet, is ATP. Up next, you have your backpack or your purse, and this is going to be representing creatine. So when a triphosphate in ATP is broken down into a diphosphate to power a muscle contraction, a phosphate can be readily donated by phosphocreatine. So in the analogy, if you notice that your cash is running low in your wallet, you're going to replenish it with the nearby stores in your backpack. So this is the atp-pc system, or atp phosphocreatine system. Next we have glycolysis, and glycolysis is like the ATM at the store. It's a little less fast acting, it costs a little more, but it's still net positive. So the ATM is glycolysis. And last but not least, we have oxidative phosphorylation. And oxidative phosphorylation is like leaving the store and going to the bank to withdraw money from your account. So this has the highest capability of getting you money, but it takes the longest time to get to and to process. And in your body, this is because it takes time for potential energy to get down to the mitochondria, but once it gets there, the mitochondria is very good at what it does. So the bank is oxidative phosphorylation. So now that you have a basic understanding of the energy systems, this is kind of where the analogy starts to fall apart, because no one system works completely alone, and there's a different ratio of utilization at different times. So the quicker and more intense the bout, the more reliance there is on creatine and so on down the line. So this would mean that at rest, most of your energy is coming from oxidative phosphorylation, but glycolysis and creatine are also working. And in fact, creatine is constantly being broken down, but at a slow enough rate where it's actually replenished immediately. And if you're interested in creatine supplementation, you can find part 2 of our supplement series on our blog and on our channel. And there we take a look at creatine in the context of energetics, sports performance, and beyond. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you enjoyed it and would like to see more videos like it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. In the meantime, please don't forget to reach out with any questions or comments in the comments below or on social media. So back to why we store so little ATP. One of the reasons for this is size, and in order to show you how large a person would need to be in order to store energy as ATP, Daniel did some math and came to the conclusion that a 155-pound man would need to be about 6,773 pounds in order to store energy as ATP. And in case you're having trouble picturing what a person this size would look like, I went ahead and drew you a little diagram comparing an average-sized human to this ATP storage human. So there it is, that's the fun fact for today. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and leave some comments below with any questions, comments, or feedback. We look forward to connecting with you and hope to see you in the next video. Bye!